Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Elite Coperton indoor training tires. If you spent any time on a trainer that has direct wheel contact, you know that they really burn through standard tires. That means it's easier to get a flat, and your expensive summer tires can be burned through really quickly. That's why it's important to have a trainer-specific tire, such as these Elite Coperton tires. Now, in terms of packaging, it's really simple. It's just a tire box with the tires exposed on the front. You have information on the back in multiple languages, as well as the sides and the bottom. So I'll go ahead and take it out of the box and we'll go over the specs. So these are from Elite, which is better known for all their trainers, and it's part of their accessory line. Retail price on this is $52.99. It comes in two different sizes. The 723 we have here, as well as a 700 by 25. As I mentioned, these are specifically formulated for indoor trainers. They have a heat dissipating tread, really supposed to reduce the noise as well. And they increase the roller life by ensuring the tires don't wear out the rollers. Now let's take a look at the weight of the tire. So if we just put one of them on the scale, comes in about 298, so definitely on the heavier side, but it doesn't have any of the puncture resistant belt that you would have with a normal tire. So let's take a little closer look at the tire design. Now, Elite doesn't say much about the actual compounds used, as most companies tend not to disclose the actual materials, but you can see it has a very distinctive color scheme. So you have a red tread. There's no water dissipating side indentations here, obviously because you're not going to be doing indoor training in the rain. And you have the really distinctive color, this white and red. And that makes sure you don't accidentally ride this outdoors. I definitely want to keep this on a trainer-specific tire or swap them in and out if you really spend a long time in winter. But I definitely recommend getting a cheap spare tire and throwing this on. If you look at the inside of it, pretty standard. You can see the actual construction of the tire. And it's also fairly soft, but still fairly thick as well. If we just compare this to, say, a Goodyear Vector 4-season tire, the big difference is the tread, where this one has these directional belts and little sidewalls for extra traction. The trainer is going to be ridden straight in no rain, so you don't need that extra ability. And these also will tend to have a little anti-puncture belt down the middle to avoid flats, where, again, the indoor tire doesn't need it. So now let's install the Coperton tire onto our trainer wheel. Definitely recommend getting a separate wheel, something cheap like a Mavic or a low-level stock tire that you can just put these tires on so you don't have to constantly switch back and forth. Now these are a tube tire, so you don't have to deal with stiff tire walls that you typically have with tubeless wheels. So you can see with just a little bit of force, you can get on there. It is fairly dirty already though, even though it's brand new. That white sidewall definitely shows the grease really quickly. The hardest part is that last section where you really have to force it on. And if we go ahead and pump this up, this is a 700 by 23, so it's a high pressure 100 PSI pressure range to run this. Here you can see it finally done. It looks pretty good, especially when the red and white is very distinctive coloring. You definitely won't forget to accidentally ride this outdoors, so it's nice to have that separate color. And you can see again, these sidewalls are really dirty even though they're just installed. So now let's do a sound test. Here we have the standard Continental 5000 tires on our normal rims. And you can see it makes a lot of noise and it actually slides and you can hear that. And then we'll jump onto the Coperton and hear the difference. Now let's go over the pros and cons of the Coperton trainer tire. We're going to grade on 4 different categories: the design, durability, grip, and value. In terms of design, we give it an A. It has really nice distinct colors with that white sidewall and red tread. You're not going to accidentally ride this outdoors. You'll definitely swap it out for your normal wheel. Durability wise, I'd give it an A. It has a nice thick tread. It definitely holds up better to the heat and wear and tear that a trainer puts on it. And grip, we'd also give it an A as it doesn't slip. Even with grippy performance tires like Continental 5000s, they typically slide on a trainer roller, and with these you can definitely sprint without them having to slide around. Overall, we'd give it an A-, and for value, we wish it was a little bit cheaper. It costs almost as much as a standard high-performance tire, but definitely seems like a quality tire that reduces some of the noise and makes it a lot more comfortable to ride on the trainer. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.